Hi everybody, good afternoon. May the 4th be with you. And today we're celebrating Star Wars, of course, because May the 4th is the day we all go, May the 4th be with you. Although hilariously, last week on May the 1st, when I said to Daisy, I'm going to do Star Wars on Monday, and she went, oh yeah, because it's May the 1st be with you. I went, yeah, but it's May the 4th be with you. So we've got three little makes for you this afternoon. We've got my mini make right now for you younger years. Then we have got the quick draw, which we're going to be doing a drawing of Yoda at 4 p.m. And at 5 p.m. we are going to be doing our Darth Vader plant pot, which you could use as a pen caddy or something on your desk, or you can put a plant in it. Why not? But let's get back to today, shall we? Today we're going to do our BB8. Don't ask me which Star Wars film he was in. I have no idea. I have seen all of them. No idea. And do you know what? I just do not know which way round they go anymore, because we started off, then we went back, then we went forward. Who knows? So I can't tell you that. I'm not that much of a Star Wars nerd. However, I do like Star Wars. Just a quick aside, if you haven't seen it already, on my video section, go to @YouCreateArtAtHome. On the video section, there is a video make there, a crafty creation make of how to make a lightsaber. And I also then made a TikTok with my kids filming it, because we'd made a falcon as well, all out of junk modelling. So if you get the bug and you're all Star Warsed up, then there's a really nice crafty make. You just need some toilet rolls and stuff, but have a look at that one. But let's get on today. What do we need? May the 4th be with you. Let's take it away. You need 3 paper plates. These are just regular paper plates. You will need a pencil if it just helps you a little bit. A pencil if it helps you a little bit. Some textures. Now you can see this is my DIY caddy that I did for you guys. So this is all the kids' leftover bits and pieces. So I haven't got anything that matches. This is all just at home kind of stuff. A grey pen, an orange pen. I always have this tub of lids, and this is my thing that I use for either junk modelling, but I use these for drawing round circles, which is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I've got all sorts of junk lids here, a takeaway lid, a lid of a spray can, a milk lid. This one here, I think, was from a jar of jalapenos. So I keep these for drawing round circles or for junk modelling. If you are dead swanky and you've got a set of compasses at home, I mean, my kids don't even know how to use a compass, I'm sure. But if you do have a set of compasses, then you could perhaps teach the children, do a bit of math with it, and they can work out how to use a compass. In addition to that, you need some cotton wool balls, okay? A stapler, and I think that's it. So the first thing we're going to do, set one of your plates to one side. And the first thing we're going to do is actually draw the BB8 design. So you only need literally one plate. So this one, you can see I'm upcycling. I've used it before. I'm going to move that to one side. And I'm drawing on the outside, which is usually the matte side. So the inside is kind of shiny white. And it's the back end of the plate, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, this is the body of BB8. And the first thing we're going to do is draw the circle design. So I need to find some circles that are going to be really good. Okay, I think this will be a good one. This is a Tupperware lid off one of my snack boxes. The bottom of the snack box broke. You probably cracked going to school. You can still say it says Daisy Bessel there. So that's going to be that good size. I now need one that's a little bit smaller. I think, oh, my earphone just fell out then, sorry. Technical hitch, pop it back in. I need a smaller one just like that. Then I need a smaller one, which I'll need for the eye in a minute, and a smaller one again. So I've got 4 different sizes. That's probably from a soft drink bottle, I think, something like that. That's a milk bottle. That is a jam jar, a mayonnaise jar or something, and that is a, like I say, a Tupperware. So the first thing we're going to do with my grey texture. Kids, if you are feeling a bit uncomfortable using straight away with a texture, use a pencil. But I'm okay, I'm going to use my grey texture. And the first thing we're going to do, and this is, if you look, it's not right in the center, it's off center, up towards the right hand side. I have to push down so that it flattens the plate because I'm going to draw my circle all the way round my Tupperware lid like that. Lift it up. That's my first circle. Now I'm going to put 3 of these on. So because of the way BB8 is, you need to make him look like he's a sphere, a curve. So we're going to put some on the side as well. So I'm going to put one down here. And then I'm going to put one, it's a little bit further in than that one, but it's over here on the right, on the left-hand side, sorry. You can put them wherever you want. It's, you know, there's no exact design that you have to have. Okay, now, the next circle, this one, I am going to use a pencil. So I'm going to put it right in the middle, and I'm going to draw around the outside with a pencil. I'm going to press mine quite hard so you guys can really see the pencil. But I wouldn't press so hard if you're doing this at home. So I'm doing it hard so you can see. And I'm going to do it on all 3 circles. 1, 2, 3. Now, the reason why I've done pencil is this shape has a little square in it. And it's sort of like a cross. So let's make it really easy. Let's put a square there at the top. Right underneath, we're going to put another square. Then we need to do either side, and that needs to be a bit wider. Either side, one there and one there. So it's like a cross, they're right opposite each other. Now this one down here, you might start here, which means you might see a little bit of it there, and you'd see one there. This one here, the same. Let's put it here. Let's change it a little bit. Because at the end of the day, he rolls around, doesn't he? And because he rolls around, you might not see everything. Oh, that one's in the wrong place. Let me just get a rubber. This is my little cup look that I put rubber and sharpener on. And it just helps that if everything's in the same place every time, then the kids can find their materials when they need them. All right, so I've just rubbed that out and drawn it. Okay, now I get my grey pen. And I'm going to go round the circle, then up around the cross. So I'm not drawing that bit there. Round the circle, up round the square, round the circle, up round the square, round the circle, up round the square. Okay, I'll do it a bit quicker now you've seen what I'm doing. So that's those bits there, like that. Okie dokie. Now, he has these kind of dividing lines, doesn't he? So what you need to do, I'm going to do it freehand. If you're really not sure, you could use a sharp edge, a straight edge like a ruler, or you could use a stapler, the edge of your stapler, and we're going to put those lines that go across the body, like this. And this is really, I guess, the way he's been mechanically built. And he has these little circles, which I think these are the rivets you can draw freehand. So it's just one circle and then another little circle inside, almost like buttons, really. I'm just going to put those round his body. I'm just going to do one there because the other one might be round the side. Okay, now we need to do the inside. Now, each one of these has kind of a different, I guess they're panels. I'm going to use this as my top. If you need to draw around something, you can, but I'm just going to freehand. So I'm just copying what I drew earlier. So this one's going to go out there, up there. And I really don't think you have to have it perfect. And this bit's going to be all grey. So I'm going to colour it in grey. Like that, and then he has a couple of grey squares on that panel, so I'm just going to put a couple of grey squares in there and a big long square there. Then this one here, he's got a bit of a semicircle shape there, then one that's got a square and then a long piece, so I'm just going to do a square and then a long piece. Then this one's a long one, like a long rectangle, thin rectangle, and then a half semicircle at the bottom. Okay, and then this one here, I'm going to do a half semicircle and a long one. Like that. Okay, so that's my grey areas. The other bits that we need to add in is they have these, and I guess they're like handles or panel bits on BB8. So we're just going to put in a couple of squares there for those handle or panel bits. Now we need to do the orange. Now there's two options. You can colour all of that in orange yourself. You could use texture, or you could use crayon. If you wanted to collage, you could collage it, so you could cut it out. So if I cut it out, remember this is the size. Draw round my shape. Let's just move that into the middle. Draw round my second shape. Now, you might have at home some orange paper. But let's say you don't have orange paper. What can you use? If you wanted to do crafting, then you could create your own. This is a white piece of copy paper. This part here was crayon. This part here is chalk pastel. This is watercolor. And it's just to show you that you can make your own colored paper if you need to. All right, it's not difficult. So I'm just going to cut it out. Put a little hole in the middle. Cut round the centerpiece. Like I say, if you don't want to use collage, you don't have to. You can just use texture, or you can use the marker pen. Okay, I'm going to get some glue stick. Where did I put my glue stick? Can't find my glue stick. Hang on. No, hang on, just 2 secs. I need to go find a glue stick. Got one. Okay, gonna glue on the back of that shape, like this. And we are gonna glue it over the orange section. And now I'm gonna cut out 4 little squares. So I'm just gonna get a piece like this and cut 4 little squares out. So just using the leftovers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Little bit of glue, and then put your square over the top. So, I mean, I actually really like doing those crafty extra bits. I think it makes the project look a little bit more interesting. Obviously, it makes it a bit more mixed media, and it gives it sort of an extra dimension. So I think it's fun. I think it's good for you kids to explore and experiment using different materials. So, you know, we know that we can texture and then we can use the crayon, but how much nicer is it when you make your own paper and then you use your own paper to create that color? So I'm going to do exactly the same on the other 2. Now, what's exciting is that I should be able to get, because that's only half and that's only half, I'm hoping that if I just do one more circle, I should be able to use half and half for each bit. So let's see if that works out. That was in my mind, that is how it would work. Now, you don't have to use crayon, chalk pastel and watercolor. I just did that to show you how easy it is to create color using different materials. Obviously, you can see it gives different texture, so it is quite nice. But if you just want to use watercolors, then just watercolor a piece before you start this craft. The first thing you want to do is just watercolor an orange sheet, stick it to one side, and it will dry instantly. Obviously, the crayon, colored pencil, texture, that's going to be dry straight away anyway, isn't it? All right, so if I just cut this in half, hopefully that will fit there, and there'll be one there. So I'm going to glue that one on there, like this, and then I'm going to glue, it might be a little bit short, we can just use a little bit of patching in. Yeah, it's a little bit short on this one. So all I'm going to do, because I've already got my curve already cut there, so if I make it a little bit wider and follow that curve, it should be the same shape curve that I already have. Top tip there, kids. And I can just patch it on like that. Okay, just trim the edges. Trim, trim. Awesome, love it. Okay, we need to do those little square bits, so I'm going to use some of this extra bit here and put in BB8's little knobbly bits. And then that's his body done. And we're going to move on to his head. 1, 2. Now, kids, don't get frustrated when you're using these glue sticks. I say this all the time, but everybody gets really frustrated when things don't stick straight away. And especially when you're doing something that has got a bit of a shape, then sometimes it pulls up. Glue has to take about 30 seconds. So if it keeps popping up, just put your finger and count to 30. Or you know what you've just done for your hand washing technique, sing happy birthday. That's the best way, and within 30 seconds that glue is dry enough to stay on without popping off usually. That's what I do when I'm teaching in schools. I just get them to sing happy birthday and then they can let go. Okay, so that's the body of BB8 done. Pop it through and I'm just going to let that sit and dry. Now let's get to his head. So we need another paper plate. And this time we're going to fold it in half and push a crease, a really strong crease along there. Before we attach it to the body, we're going to do all of our design work for this one, okay? Now, the first thing I want to do is his sort of, I guess it's his Cyclops eye. I'm using my milk one for this. Draw round. Like that, and he's got another one that's a bit smaller, so I'm using my soda bottle to just go there. So that's the smaller one, and he's got another very small one here, but I'm just going to do a freehand pencil circle because I don't have anything that small. All right, now you can't, because the head is curved, you can't really draw with straight lines because you need to follow the curve of his head. So I'm just going to sketch it with my pencil so it has a slight curve on it, okay? A slight curve. So there's one line there, this is like the stripe on the top of his head. One line there. Then leave a space and do a second stripe, and it's going to go between the eyeball or the Cyclops bit of the eye. Like that. I'm looking at that, that's gone too deep, so I'm going to go up. Sorry guys, it's gone too far, it shouldn't be that far down. It should be there. So I'm going to rub that line out. That's okay, that's what rubbers are invented for. It shouldn't go down as far as that. So we've got one here, this one is our first one, that is our second one. Okay, now this side, we have one that goes out like this, round on the edge and back in there. And then we have a shape that goes from the top of his Cyclops eye. It goes down through that shape there and down to the bottom. It goes around the side of his eye here. This is all the kind of detailing. You can perhaps get a picture, Google a picture of BB8 and you can draw it from a picture. But I did check the lines and these are pretty much what they're like. And then he's got a grey stripe at the bottom. So I'm going to put that grey stripe in the bottom. Now, again, you can use collage or you can use texture. To start with, I'm going to draw those lines in my grey pen. So now I've done my pencil, I'm going to draw the grey lines over the top. And I think just to show you the difference and the variety, I will just use felt pens to colour in this top section. So you can see the difference, and then you can make a choice of what you'd prefer to do for your craft. In this little section here, he's got another one of those little buttons or circles. Do that line there, nearly done on the lines. That line round the top and down the front. Okay, then I'm just going to go around his Cyclops. Like that. Okay, inside his Cyclops you've got two more circles, a bigger one and a smaller one. Okay, get yourself a black texture, and this one here is all black. So we go round those two little eye pieces. They're obviously the actual lens of his Cyclops Eye. I don't know if that's a word. It doesn't sound like it is, does it? But anyway, I'll go with it. Cyclops Eye. Okay, colour it in. That's the black part. And then this one down here is grey. So I'm going to put a highlight by leaving a white bit there. And then I'm going to do like a moon shape. And again, that's really another highlight reflecting on the lens. And the rest of this one is grey. Like that. So colour it in. You could use pastels if you wanted to, or crayons. Right, this top stripe. Spitting over my words, aren't I? Getting stuck. This is grey here. Let's colour in that. Good job. And then your next stripe, I'm going to use crayon. You could use texture, felt pens, coloured pencils. That's my orange stripe. He has a little square down here and another one. He has a couple of these, and you can have a look on a picture. Doesn't really matter how many he does, but they're orange as well. So I'm just going to colour those in orange. He's coming together, people. We'll be done in 2 minutes. All right, so then this bottom section here is also grey. If you've got a bit more time and a bit more patience, you could of course paint, but you have to wait for the paint to dry to put him together. All right, so if you wanted to paint, you can, but you just need to wait for him to dry. So that's my BB8 head. Let's move all of my materials out the way over here. Make sure you put your lids on, kids, because you know how annoying that is when you go back to use your glue stick and the glue's gone horrible and dry. So we just move everything out the way and then we're good to go. Okay, now we're going to get some of our cotton wool balls, a little handful, put it inside the head, like this, shut it up, use our stapler, and put 3 or 4 staples around the very edge. If you need an adult's help or an older sibling, then do that, and that just makes it nice and puffy. We do exactly the same with our body. So fill it with some cotton wool balls. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably got about 12 balls there. Get your other plate and put it on top. And I am going to staple round the outside. Now, if you're really into this, kids, and you're getting you love it, you just want to do it, keep going, you could, of course, repeat this design on the other side. What you need to do is follow the design around and carry on with that circle there, okay? But that is our design. We're now going to put our head on the top, and we're just going to staple him. So I'm going to put it on the floor, on the table, and I'm going to staple between the two. And although it looks like it won't work, it will, because it's only 2 bits of cardboard and some air in between. So I'm using the table to staple against because it's nice and strong, and I'm pushing and giving it a really good staple. And there is our BB8. How awesome is he? Super easy to make, super cool. You could hang him up from the ceiling in your bedroom. You could put him on the wall. You could play around with him, make a TikTok, make a video. I love him. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you at 4 o'clock for the quick draw Yoda. Bye.